24?
I don't freaking know.
All right, guys. Welcome to episode 24 of Close Encounters of the Funny Kind.
Stay tuned because all of the October filmings, I will be in costume. And don't get your minds all in a pansy.
I'm going to wear the Naughty Nurse costume.
We don't have one. I don't have costumes.
Oh, we'll have to get one. I can show,
I have like
show
the Hulk.
chest hair.
Like my costume is I have the Hulk. So if that turns you on, I got one.
Not so much.
I also have a Thor costume. You want to wear that one later? You wear it.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, this is something that we've tried before, and Sam wanted to do it again. I haven't. I mean, it's been
a while. So a friend of mine told me
years.
about this like literally probably 10 years ago. Taking a apple cider beer, which is like new these days. Oh, you didn't get the light ones, so these are heavy. Oof.
There we go. Got it.
Okay. I had to drink one of these in the hotel last week because they didn't serve regular beer after 9, and this is all the hotel had was Angry Orchard. And wasn't very happy with that.
All right. So it's Angry Orchard hard cider, and
But what you're supposed to do to make it a hard apple cider
harder.
is you take a shot of Fireball and you pour it in. You're supposed to pour it in like the neck of the beer. He's just gonna do that. I don't know if I can get this in there.
That's why I was pouring the glass. What's the other one? Like a Corona and a
Corona
shot
shot of tequila.
that one, yeah.
So there you go. I only spilled a little bit. So then you put it in there.
Fireball and apple. It's supposed. From what I remember, I didn't
like a spicy apple.
I didn't love it, but
You can't really taste the Fireball, but yeah.
huh. No, it's not my jam, but I'll drink it because I bought them. So
Yeah, Angry Orchard's not cheap.
that was like $13 for a six pack. I'm
yeah.
like, what are you guys doing? That's something else. And
We're gonna talk. We need to maybe move over to like a different beer because I saw, as much as I don't want to drink Bud Light products, Busch was like $16.99 for a 24 pack.
It's because it's disgusting. We'll drink some Busch Lights next week, and you can tell me, never mind. But what I wanted to complain about, and I've mentioned this before, is anywhere that you go doesn't have bottles anymore. So you have to buy either a 12-pack, which, I mean, that's cute. I remember my first beer.
That lasted us a whole week.
Yeah. Or a 24-pack, which is, it's not that it's 24 beers, it's a pain to carry. It's this giant carton of beer, and you look like you're going to a party, you know.
And you're just applying for
like,
the weekend.
The 18-pack was such a good setup. It was easy to carry out. Now it's...
Miller Lite does not sell 18 packs anymore. Bud Light does.
Not
I
that
saw
I've
Bud
seen.
Light had them the other day. I'm not promoting Bud Light whatsoever.
And those stupid twist-offs, the taller aluminum 16 ounces.
Can.
So... It's a struggle. You know, we're really going through it over here, having to deal with this stuff. So, you know, cheers to you. I don't know.
I don't mind it. I'm going to shot a Fireball on it. I drank a lot of Fireball at my cousin's wedding, and oof, the next morning I had indigestion.
So, the question, I saw this.
Just to be clear, he thought up all of tonight's episode today. While I was gone, I went and met a friend of mine for brunch. We went shopping. So I have no idea what tonight's episode's about.
All right. So this was the question. It said, would you rather have... hang on. I'm trying to read it. Would you rather have 100,000 guaranteed, like right now, giving you 100 grand, or a coin flip for $1 million? Heads or tails, it's $1 million.
100,000.
You take the 100,000. There's no taxes on it.
Yeah, 100,000.
Just done. Just take that right now. I'm good to go.
Murphy's Law is I would lose.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of my thought too, because I'm like $100,000. Like, as much as people go, well, it's not life changing. It literally is. Like, if you can pay off your two car payments,
pay for my medical bills
and then,
this year, yeah.
and then put money in savings, I'm like, life changing with the way the economy is right now. Like, imagine having a savings account. Like, we used to, but not anymore after the last 4 years. Which I don't know. I don't know what changed the last 4 years, but we used to have a pretty hefty savings account, and now we don't. So we'll leave that up to thought.
I didn't fart. That's like the Beck rubber rubbing on the chair. Okay. I didn't fart.
So I told you I was going to bring this up. I don't want to get super political, but I want to mention it.
Do I need my hat?
No.
Tell me when I need my hat.
No, you don't need your hat. So this was something I've seen this posted on multiple pages. So this was so far this year. This is the United States. Okay. So this is the money we've sent to other countries. Okay. Please calm yourself.
I'm not going to say a word. I'll be over here.
So
just read my facial
I just want to
expressions.
recap this for everybody in case you weren't paying attention. We've sent 24.4 billion with a B to Ukraine. We've sent 11.3 billion to Israel. We've sent 1.9 billion to Ethiopia, 1.6 billion to Jordan, 1.4 billion to Egypt, 1.1 billion to Afghanistan, which I'm pretty sure we were at war with them, but okay.
Did we hate them?
1.1 billion to Somalia, $1 billion to Yemen, 987 million to the Congo, 896 million to Syria, and the biggest. I just want to say this because it's not blaming either political party, but the people in North Carolina, it says, are getting $750 from FEMA that lost everything. Like,
Bob.
We'll change it up. I did post a picture on YouTube Shorts and TikTok of the Sam's front yard decorations. So there's
that was the week before the storm.
So we've got Sam's been changing it weekly
because we keep having storms, and we live in Florida, so we still have to cut
take it all down.
We have to cut our grass every week still. Like it's not falling; things just don't grow.
There is another hurricane on the way. It's supposed to be here like later this week. It's coming from the Gulf. And like Jacksonville's always in this weird spot.
We're in a bubble.
They miss us, but we get so much rain and wind, and they close the schools. We get just enough to make a mess.
Flooding. They close the schools. We have a lot of urban. Is it do you call it urban? When they live out in the country? Is that what you call urban?
No.
No. What do you call that? Country living or
country? Yeah, urban's more like the hood.
Oh, but
downtown.
We have quite a few people that live outward that may not have the proper shelter, so they use a lot of our schools for shelter. So they have to close our schools to give them shelter from the wind and the rain and the flooding.
So they shut down everything.
So which sucks because our oldest has a game Tuesday night. He plays in the middle school team. So if they close the schools Wednesday, they'll cancel everything after school on Tuesday because they have to prep everything for.
I think they just haven't.
Wednesday.
I don't know. I don't think they.
I hope it turns. Like right now, it's doing this. I need it to do this.
Yeah. Either way, our insurance premiums are going up. So I don't know. Me and Sam were watching TV a little while ago, and I said, we're not going to be able to afford to live in Florida. You could have your house paid off, but I said 20 years from now, Florida's going to be so damn expensive with the property taxes and insurance, we're not going to be able to live here.
We can afford the house, but we can't afford the insurance. That's the problem.
Anyway, we're getting too serious. It's supposed to be a fun podcast. So
fuck me.
We are, Sam has a new skeleton setup out front. I
do.
So I
took a video.
You got one?
So tonight we have a new one because tomorrow's coming down because my dad's coming over tomorrow to help me with the new setup.
Oh my God. Okay.
I had to call my dad in for reinforcements, and him and the oldest went and picked up three pallets? Three pallets because we already have 3. So just wait for what's to come.
So there's more crap coming. I'll post exciting Halloween decorations.
I'm not even close because we had to keep picking it all up because of the storms, or we had to keep picking it up because we have to cut the grass. Because
So now
we live
it's
in
just a
Florida.
thing where you just change it.
So every week it's something different. So I'm not going to put up the for sure Halloween scariness until the weekend before Halloween. Ugh. So stay tuned because the weekend before Halloween is when it's really going to pop off.
I'd rather just do a shot and drink a beer.
Apple beer is not that bad.
Ugh. It's so... The apple... All right, back to this. This is like already very sweet. And then when you put the Fireball in it, it's also sweet. It's just... It tastes like you're drinking like a...
I don't even taste the Fireball. It
tastes so sugary. It's like... I'd rather just drink like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or a Smirnoff. This is... Don't give me that. Like, I'll drink you under the table. But, like... brown liquor and Miller Lite is where I'm kind of residing. So I'm not messing with whatever sugary. That's like having a daiquiri or something. Give it a shot. You may like it. I don't know. I don't mean to be negative.
Maybe they have a light apple crisp. I don't know why you didn't buy that one. You're usually very sugar conscious.
So this has
180 calories.
Yeah. Jesus. 22 grams of carbs. 18 total grams of sugar. This is not on the fitness plan if you're trying to drop some lbs, but if you want to give it a shot because Sam likes it, do it.
Get the light. They have a light. And by the way, anyone who comes visit us,
flush it out of my mouth here.
Anyone who comes visit us and wants a beer, that's your first choice because the other 4 are going to live in our refrigerator for months.
No, we'll run out of beer one night and I'll get desperate and drink them.
Thanksgiving, when everyone's over here, you're going to be like, I'm just drinking.
Yeah, I'll run out of beer one night and it's like 11 o'clock and I stumble out here and I'm like, I just want one more.
That's what happened.
I just want to have one more beer. And that's what I'm going to drink.
That's what happened my first night in Wisconsin. Was I went to go get beer and they're like, we can't serve you after 9. So when I got to the hotel and I saw a little market in the corner, I said, do you happen to have beer over there? He goes, yeah, of course we do. And I went over and looked and it was like some weird IPAs I've never heard of. And we know IPAs will fuck my stomach up. And I didn't want that. They had an Angry Orchard and I was like, just give me that. I just need a beer. I feel like I just need a beer. So I bought that. It was $7 for one beer.
I've found this, if you drink 2 beers really fast, I mean, this is just me, I almost get a buzz. So that's exciting. But you have to, like, chug them. Like, the other day before his game, I came in, I shotgunned, too.
Maybe you shouldn't talk about drinking before you go to your son's football.
They should sell beer there.
Middle school football should not have beer.
You can't smoke at the school, can't drink at the school. What are we doing? Like I've said before, it's in Interstellar. I was either born 40 years too late or 40 years too early.
All right, McConaughey, settle down.
It's in the movie. I truly feel that way because I'm either born so early that when the alien invasion takes place, I'm going to be too old to fight, or World War III, whatever ends us. And I missed all the good shit, you know? I was born in 85. So if I had
you're fucking old.
Yeah, you're older than me.
Shut the...
If I had been born in 45, you get to grow up in the 50s, 60s, 70s. That's awesome. 80s kind of sucked. Like for our parents, like I'm sorry.
80s were weird.
The 80s are a tragic decade of terribleness. Clothes, just
I'm
everything.
happy we were just babies in the 80s. But to be like a teenager in the 80s, I'm sorry, guys.
My older sister
sucked.
My older sister, you just see that perm. She was rocking it. It was not a good look.
She had a perm?
Yeah. She had, I mean, it was like the curly,
type perm.
Yeah, like
Jerry curl.
We'll have to ask my mom. But every 80s movie you've ever seen, that perm, like, it's not good. Whatever that is. Okie dokie. I had a video. So I'm going to post this because it's not on this phone. I'm going to post it. I'm going to start doing this. If I can keep up with it, I want to start doing an alien clip of the week. Or UFO clip of the week. So I'm going to post it on our shorts or TikTok or whatever.
To, what's the bitch's name over there? Alexa. They're coming for us, so.
She turned on. Settle down, Alexa. We don't need you right now.
Shut up.
She went back to yellow. Okay, good. They're watching us.
Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Jesus Christ. All right, so I got a couple topics. You are not aware of these because I kept them a secret because I thought of them today when you weren't here. You don't get to know. All right, so this is kind of creepy.
My helmet?
It's not alien related. I don't know if you want to wear it, you can. I don't think they're going to get in your brain. This is more.
I made a sweet helmet.
You can wear your helmet if you want.
All right.
Grab your helmet. Sam worked on this for a solid 3 minutes, so it's high quality.
He had questions for me that...
Oh, we did let our oldest, who's 12, watch Signs the other night, which Signs is... Did we already talk about that?
We talked about letting him watch Signs. All right.
Oh.
Do I look pretty?
So pretty.
I look beautiful?
I don't know what this flap is.
It's to cover the back of... They say, like, the back here is, like, where they get you because it's...
Well, I'm going to be honest. They go in through the back door. They don't go in through your head.
The back door?
That's where the probe goes.
Oh, well, my spine's all messed up. They can't get in through there.
Sweetie, it's open. You poop out of there all the time. That's where they put the probe. Right in there.
Okay.
Get a little alien spit on there.
New hat coming. All right. So I look.
You should probably stick that in your ass. That would be a better place to put that to keep the aliens out.
So I look like a fucking idiot right now, don't I?
Yeah. This isn't alien related, so you're gonna look even stupider. More stupid.
Stupider?
More stupid.
Who looks stupider right now? Stupider.
Okay, you're not allowed to laugh at anyone and say anything right now. Okay?
Wait, you ready? Hold on, okay. Hold on. Wait. Thank you, Tipsy Elf, for this.
You're doing a great job. Sam, we got to keep this rolling here. You're derailing the whole thing here. This looks creepy. This looks like a serial killer setup. Like you're about to go wander the neighborhood and... I don't like that.
Give me a kiss.
I'm all right. Hard pass.
All right, what are we talking about?
Anyway.
Oh no, my hair's stuck. Oh no.
Walk it off. You got it?
I don't.
What is happening? How many beers have you had? You got it? Get it?
We lost tonight.
Yeah. All right. Fix your hair. You're all poofy now. All right, listen.
You're poofy.
All right. So I watched this video this week, and it was talking about kids, how they have like, and I think we've talked about this kind of briefly, but it was talking about like kids having like the ability to see things that adults can't. Have we not talked about this?
Oh, like when kids say they saw something in their room,
Yeah.
or saw like a ghost or something. Yeah.
So the video I watched,
which always creeps you out.
yeah, because I'm like I've seen videos where people post like that. Like I saw one video and the guy, which I take everything with like, okay, sure that's real because it's on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and the kid was drawing like creepy stuff, and it looked like guys getting hung or something. And I was like,
now that's different. That kid has some problems. He needs to go see his
did the dad
psychiatrist.
draw that and say, hey, I'm going to come in here and film you? But whatever. So the video I watched was saying that there's a certain, I guess where the brain of the kids isn't fully developed until 4 or something, to where they're more open and can perceive other realms or whatever.
That's why you're supposed to be careful about what you talk about in front of them.
Right. So I saw one video. I take this as being probably 100% bullshit, but it was creepy. The lady said that she was like reading a book to her kid. Okay, and we're going into this because it's kind of Halloween spooky season.
Let's go.
So she said she was reading a book to her kids, and she said like the kid stopped her, like 3 years old, and said, "Oh great, they're here." And she said, "Who's here?" And she said the guys in black with red eyes.
Oh shit.
And she said, "What do you mean?" And he says, the four guys in the room.
The Four Horsemen?
Yeah. And she, or it was like, I mean, I'm kind of paraphrasing it. But it was, and she said, "What?" And she said, "They're here now." And he said, "Yeah, they're right there." She goes, and she said, "One just went through the wall." And now they're leaving. Okay. And I was like, if that happened with my kid, I'd be like, wait, what?
We're going to a psychiatrist in the morning.
What? But like a 3-year-old has it. I mean, unless you're letting them watching scary stuff. Of course, it could be the mom doing it for views or whatever. But I'm like, I've seen other videos where I'm like, that's absolutely terrifying. And did I tell you about the girl? I think it was on Ninjas or Butterflies or one of the podcasts. I feel bad because I watch this stuff all the time. So I may have watched this 3 months ago or 6 months ago. But there was a little girl that she kept like talking about wanting to go home. And she was saying that,
I think I remember
like the Egypt. So she was really into Egypt, and they took her to like a museum to go see it when she was little. And she was like, "That's where I used to live." And the mom was like, "What? Like, no, you've lived with us your whole life." So the girl grows up and ends up moving to Egypt and becoming like some kind of like historian or archaeologist or whatever to like she's and they're like, well, the parents are like,
like Wonder Woman.
Sure. But she's just super into it. But she was able to
decipher like the language.
To walk, like to read the language and to walk people through like certain sections of like not the Great Pyramids, but different tombs and places like they've found and know how they were laid out and stuff. And she said, it came out somehow where I was watching, that she used to be like a high priestess or something. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. But
it's her afterlife.
There's a lot of stuff about like I guess that's what it's like the reincarnation stuff. And I don't know, do you believe in like reincarnation? Do you think that's possible?
I think I'm a reincarnated hippie.
I mean, it's like...
to a certain extent. I mean, I'm not like, oh my God, let me eat from Mother Earth. But I'm a barefoot girl. I love the sun. I love being outside. I'm all about...
And your mom's not really like that. So no, it's like you didn't...
No, my family really is. I mean, we spend a lot of time outside, but my mom's not a barefoot kind of person. But
there's just...
I feel like the being wanting to walk barefoot is a huge, like, hippie, want to be connected with the earth. It really is something different because, what do I tell you? Every time you or I or the kids get sick, what I always tell you?
I don't know.
Walk outside barefoot.
Yeah.
Go touch grass. Go sit.
Well, they say it's supposed to, like, ground you.
Every time we've had COVID or flu or strep, I make everyone go sit outside. Yeah. And I make them sit outside. I make them lay in the grass. I make them walk around the grass. Whether the sun is shining or not, they go out and they get in the grass. And guess what? Within 24 hours, they're better. Without any medicine.
Well, they're taking medicine too. But
no, half the time they haven't.
We're not like anti-vax, anti-medicine.
No, we're not those.
That's what I'm saying.
So I had that question.
It's just an addition to it.
I had that question this week.
With
from
what?
Someone, I'm not going to say, but I had someone ask me if we were a vaccination family, if we vaccinated for COVID, and we had that whole conversation this week. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
I thought it was odd. I don't remember the last time no one's actually asked me if we were COVID vaccinated. But.
We're not COVID vaccine people because, I mean, I had already had it when the vaccine came out, and I was like, well, why would I get it if I've already had it and survived?
When both kids were born, it was 2012 and 2019, we delayed their vaccines because we didn't want them to have any more trauma after being born.
They cram a lot in real quick. And the doctor even said that, she's like, you can delay these two, you can do this one later. And we're like, yeah, because you're bringing them in like rapid fire. I was like, I mean, like, you want to get them, but
we didn't.
Like some doctors do them all like bam, 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 just in one thing. And I was like,
we let them be 100% natural human beings.
and they're like, you can do it in like a
For
month
a
or
week.
two, or
It was a
6 weeks.
It was a week or 2 weeks before both of our kids got their
Yeah.
first vaccinations.
And we're like, yeah.
Which is fine because guess what? No one came to our house other than those that had whooping cough and RSV vaccinations, which I was okay with. I agree with those.
Whatever.
All right, what was it? Do I need to put my hat on?
No, you keep throwing me off on like political stuff here. I'm like, we're getting.
That's not political.
So I wrote this down because the whole thing about the kids and their
I haven't burped.
Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? There's been no burps. The whole thing about the kids and their being more open and stuff to seeing things, which is just creepy as hell as a kid saying they saw something. I wanted to ask you, what is your earliest memory? And this is
Earliest memory of what?
just life. So this is different because I have a specific date I know because we moved. Okay. So Sam grew up in the same house.
Yeah.
So it's hard for her
different.
to discern if she was I 1, was I 2, was I 5, was I 8, whatever.
Hey, look.
So do you,
If I had a penis, I could pee right here.
sweetie, let's focus up, okay? Do you even know, or does it all just blend together?
It kind of blends together, but I mean, I can tell you, like, I was playing Little League football, or Little League baseball, sorry, not football, Little League baseball, and we were cleaning up the baseball park, and I remember I stepped on, like, a fence post thing that had all the fencing in it, and it had a rusty nail in it, and it's actually this wrist, you can see it right here. It went into my wrist. I had to go get a tetanus shot.
How old were you?
I mean, Little League baseball, so probably like 6, 5. I remember, I can tell you this. I remember being very little, like walking, and my dad, and my mom may correct this if she watches it, but my dad was building his woodworking shed. Remember the big shed he had in the backyard? It used to just be like a platform, and I had my Easy Bake Oven and like the Fisher Price like kitchenette thing out there, and I used to take Mom's raw eggs from the refrigerator and take out there and crack mine. So it was probably like 3 or 4.
Okay, so I remember this because I was born in Tallahassee, and we moved when I was 2, and I can tell you, like, the exact layout of that house, and I remember activities in the house. I remember eating dinner at our dinner table. I've told my parents this. I can remember my dad used to like have a riding lawnmower and would crank it, and I can remember my mom covering my ears, like, because it was so loud. Like, and I was fine once it was running, but I can remember running to her. And her, like, being like, come on, he's going to crank it. And, like, covering my ears. You know, like, so I was...
Is that why you're, like, cutting the grass?
Probably. And it's 1,000 degrees. But, I mean, like, I have memories from 1 to 2 years old. I can remember... I remember crawling up our stairs, you know, to go upstairs. And, like, I told my parents this. I can remember the closet in my bedroom had a fluorescent light. Like on a pull string.
Well, but maybe
and stuff like that.
Maybe you remember stuff like that because you had to move, so it was almost like your brain had to capture the memory.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so
your brain knew.
It's funny to hear people, and I'm curious, like, if the viewers, what's your earliest memory? If you can comment that, I'm very curious, because a lot of people, if you lived in the same house,
you don't have
it blurs together, so you don't remember, was I 5 when that happened, was I 2? But like, I specifically remember because I know we moved when I was 2, and I could, like I said, I could tell you the layout of the house. I can remember knocking on my sister's bedroom door, trying to get her to let me in. She had a water bed. I remember getting on that.
Water bed.
Yeah, like this is in the 80s.
My parents had a water bed.
So I remember all this stuff.
And my dad was motion sickness. So how did that fucking work?
And it's just weird to be able to remember stuff because nobody else I've talked to can remember stuff that long ago. But I'm curious. I want to post this as a short and on TikTok and see what people say because I am truly curious what people can remember from being that young. What? You got something else?
I thought you were gonna ask me something like creepy or.
Well, I mean, I was talking about creepy kids seeing ghosts.
You talk about kids seeing ghosts, but you didn't ask me any ghost questions.
Well, I mean, you've said that you saw stuff when you were a kid or thought you did.
I see ghosts all the time.
All the time now? Mm-hmm. When?
Not in this house.
Thank God.
I say that to help him sleep at night.
What? What do you say?
I love you. You're so pretty.
Let's go. What's the deal with the ghost?
I mean, I can remember seeing ghosts or feeling ghosts since, I don't know, probably 5 or 6. Probably younger because I remember I went to, like how Bodie goes and the youngest goes and sees your grandmother.
Yeah.
I used to do the same thing at his age, if not younger. Like he always has, and I've always felt them like when you would go to the nursing home.
Well, and that was
like you can and maybe So my mother-in-law had me come pick him up at the nursing home a couple of weeks. It was before school started. It was right after school started because I had to go get the tag is what it was.
Yeah.
And I could feel, I guess, spirits.
All right, so that was one of my other things. Like I had like multiple.
Is that your thing tonight? Because you told me there was going to be questions.
Well, that's
about.
That's what I want to talk about. Is like certain people can feel like a. I don't want to say creepy, but they can feel things on a different level that other people don't feel, or I don't want to say not see, but like there's certain places where you go and they're old, you know, like if you go on a tour and it's not creepy, but there's other places you can go and you can feel like a heaviness to it.
So at a house that we had previously, brand new built up from the ground. No one else has ever lived in it but us. I was sitting in the living room. I came home for lunch one day. Mm-hmm. Jackson was not there. You were not there. No one was there. It was just me. I went there. I ate lunch and sat down and watched TV for a few minutes before I had to go back to work because I live so close. I got the strongest whiff of pipe smoke. Pipe smoke is different from cigar smoke. He used to smoke cigars. But even before you did the
Not back then.
But you didn't. When this happened, you didn't smoke. You
No.
didn't have the cigar box and all that in your office.
No.
You weren't smoking cigars.
Well, it was years after.
But smoking on a pipe, like a what's
people know what a pipe is.
Popeye. It's a different type of smell. And my grandfather smoked pipe. And I'm sitting in our recliner watching TV, eating my lunch, and it came by me. You could feel the wind. It was almost like my hair almost moved. And I just thought he came to visit to let me know he's watching over me.
Yeah.
And Jackson, our oldest, has told us, he told me once that he felt a wind over him while sleeping when he was a baby. Well, not a baby, but like 3 or 4. I truly believe they come back, they protect us, they watch over us, because every once in a while I get a smell of cigarette smoke, and he promises me he's not smoking cigarettes, but his grandfather smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, and that's
And
what
I smell cigarettes quite frequently, and no one in our house smokes cigarettes.
And that's one of my other memories from when I was little. Is my grandfather used to go out on their back deck and smoke cigarettes like at night. You know, like walk out there before he went to bed, and I would walk out there. But I always remember him smoking, or like if we went fishing, like over at Mexico Beach, he would, smoke on the pier and stuff. Like it's just one of those things. It's it's not good for you. That's ultimately what killed him because he had a heart attack. But it's one of those smells that's such a distinct it makes you remember somebody if you were around that and nobody else smoked. I mean, it's probably different for like our parents because everyone smoked back, in the 60s and 70s.
For us, no one smokes now. So
yeah, so it's a very...
you smell something that's very distinct.
Like my parents didn't smoke, your parents didn't smoke.
No.
So like that, he was the only person I knew that smoked.
And my papa and my papa both smoke pipe or cigars.
Yeah.
So when he smokes cigars, I love it because it reminds me of it.
You should buy me some then.
I even in this house, I haven't told Cody this, but I smell them every once in a while. But
I get a whiff of them in here, but I think it's... So, we haven't talked about this on the show. Our house used to be a grow house. So our neighbor told us that our house...
After we moved in,
our house had been gutted. And they were growing pot all over the house.
There was no ceilings. There was no floors. It was down to the slab in the attic.
They said they had run like piping over
sprinkler lines.
To water the plants throughout. So they just stripped everything out of the house, and it was down to concrete slabs. It just had buckets with plants in it and lights.
And our youngest's room was the main grow room.
Was it? Did they say that?
Yeah, that's what
and we're watering it all over. So when we bought the house, everything had been redone, and we were like, "Oh, this is so nice! Everything's new in it." But it was because they had to, because they had gutted the house to grow weed in it.
You can see where they cut into certain things to
tap into the piping and stuff. Like there's patches in the drywall. So I'm assuming. I keep burping.
Sometimes when you smell smoke, you think it's that.
I think maybe they were smoking in here a little bit, and if it's raining or something, and if something gets wet, or just the moisture in the air kind of activates it.
Now, I 100% believe in ghosts. I believe in good ghosts, and I believe in bad ghosts. I believe there's ghosts that needs an outlet. They need someone to help them, but those ghosts are only with the people that can help them resolve. They're not haunting random people for pleasure. I feel like...
Well, like, what about the ghosts that stay places? Like when they have like an old creepy hospital or something.
They want someone to help them.
I don't know about
that. There's TV specials where they help them. They find their murderer, or they tell them they have helped them in some way. I don't watch those shows because it does give me anxiety.
Fucking creepy. That's why.
It's not creepy. I so strongly believe in ghosts. Yeah. I can't watch ghost shows. But I will tell you this, I almost crapped my pants the other day because I tried to watch Freddy Krueger, Friday the 13th. And I thought I was going to vomit because I got so scared I couldn't turn the TV quick enough.
Oh my God.
I don't take bubble baths because of Freddy Krueger. I literally will not get in a bathtub because of Freddy Krueger.
All right.
I know he's going to come out of it.
It's a movie.
He's going to come out. But so it tells you can't go to sleep.
Great.
Because if you go to sleep, your worst nightmare will come true, and Freddy Krueger's gonna come out.
I'm living my worst nightmare right now in my job, so I don't think that's possible for
Can I have beer?
Yeah, I'm pretty much. I would have. That one smelled. Jesus. I was thinking the other day at work. I'm like, there's no way I'm not in a simulation. We always talk about the simulation, but I'm like, I was just trying to. There's no way I'm not, because there's too much stupid bullshit that goes on, and I feel like sometimes I'm having a great day and it's like something's like hey, let's see what happens if we give him some shitty news. And it just flies in. It's like, there's no other explanation for it other than the simulation. I wanted to ask, I got one more topic and then we wrap it up, okay?
All right, what is it?
Do you believe in psychics?
No.
And I don't mean like the crazy psychics, like, with the ball, but like actual people that can like sense the future or tell you stuff about it.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm a psychic.
Are you?
I have dreams. Oh. I won't hijack this, but my deja vu. But no, I don't. I really don't believe in psychics. I'm sorry.
All right.
You cannot tell someone their fate. Only that person can tell their fate based on their dreams and their focus.
So I don't remember if I ever told you this, but
You went to a psychic?
no.
Oh.
When I lived in Nashville when I was a kid, okay, this was at a Catholic school, okay. There was one of the teachers. She was a religion teacher. So we had.
I'm Catholic, by the way. I can talk when I want to, but Catholics are nuts.
So
Okay.
we had religion class. Okay, she was an older lady, and she was. This was like a known thing. She talked about it. Teachers talked about it. She was what they said a psychic, and she had helped
Prophet.
a psychic.
No, if you're Catholic and you're a nun, you're a prophet, aren't you?
She wasn't a nun. You're derailing my shit. Oh. Stop talking. She was a psychic. Okay, so I'm just telling you what I was.
Okay, no, that's fine. Go ahead.
What I was told, okay. But she had. This was like a thing. Like she had helped the police solve like murders and stuff. And I'm telling you, like teachers have said this. So I'm like, I'm a little kid. I don't know if it's true, but I was like, oh shit, like.
Oh
I'm
shit!
like,
don't disrespect.
Like,
her.
are they trying to?
She's gonna spank your ass with a fucking ruler for sure.
But I remember because like as a little kid, I think this is something that's true with a lot of little kids. So what happens with kids? A lot of kids, like you had anxiety when you were a kid, and I did too. I think what happens with a lot of kids is
they're told too much.
No, stop trying to. You have no idea what I'm about to say. You're like, too much math. It's too much math. Shh.
I'll just shut my mouth.
Yeah, you're always trying to. I got you. Too much. They eat too much pizza, and that's the problem. No.
They play Ninja Turtles.
God damn. Just let me get through this here. Try to say something. Go back to burping. All right? Jesus Christ. So, that's why I say Jesus Christ so much, because I'm Catholic, I'm allowed to. Anyway. What is it like he's saying, Rudy? I'm not allowed to say goddamn no more. John Favreau. She says I can't say goddamn no more. He says it like the whole movie. Goddamn Purdue.
Okay.
You got it?
How do I...
Let me get back to what I was saying here. Forgot where I was. Jesus. All right. What the fuck? What are you doing? Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need a tissue?
Wait, add one.
What the fuck just happened? Congratulations, you're going viral. That's getting posted. What is that?
It came out of my nose.
Because I was just sitting here?
You laugh.
I don't even know what I was saying. You threw everything off. Burp. Just get it under control. Let me know when you're ready.
The table needs to be clean.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink anything.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Wait, you're talking about a dream? You're talking about being in Catholic school and now having to...
Oh, I remember what it was. Okay. So I think what happens... Kids, when they get to like that 3rd, 4th grade, whatever, they become super anxious. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's part of your like evolutionary chain or whatever you want to call it, where it's your survival instinct. That's where all the anxiety comes from, because your brain is firing that like your parents aren't taking care of you anymore, and that you've got to survive for yourself.
The oldest didn't go through that.
No, he didn't. Some kids don't, but I think they have a weak survival instinct. I think if you're I'm dead ass serious. I think if you have, if you're anxious, like if you're walking through a parking garage at night and you're anxious, you have a high survival instinct. If you're just a fucking idiot and you're walking through your on your TikTok like this, you're about to get murdered. It's nighttime and you're in a parking garage. You're gonna be on high alert.
We talked about this on the last one. When the hurricane happened and the lights went out, he was just like,
Yeah. He was like, nah, if this is it, I'm going back to sleep. If this is the end of the world, I'm going back to sleep.
I was like, when did you come get us? He goes, I just figured when I opened the door.
He has no survival instinct, okay? Whereas me, I'm on high alert if I'm walking through a parking garage at night, or, like when I was leaving his football game in a rougher part of town, I was on a swivel. I was ready. Like, somebody pops out of one of these cars, I'm ready. I'm gonna throw hands. I'm gonna get some shots in. So, anyway, back to the psychic thing. I don't know. I think there are people that can sense stuff. I don't know if there's people that can see the future necessarily, but I think there are definitely people that can sense goodness or badness in people. Like, sometimes I get like a weird vibe from somebody, and it's not saying that I'm a psychic, but there's certain people you're around where you just get like a weird vibe from them.
Yeah, I've gotten that before.
Or like, kind of tying back to what I was saying before, you get a weird vibe from places. Like when we went on that ghost tour in St. Augustine, there was certain places that they're like, this is a hospital where they treated this, or this is a graveyard where they buried.
Treated that like a fucking comedy club.
Yeah, I've made a lot of jokes, but there were certain places, and it's all old, so it's not like, well, this looks creepy. It all looks creepy, but there was certain places where you felt a different vibe. I did, where I was like,
I didn't.
This place feels kind of creepy.
And I believe in ghosts, and
I know.
I didn't.
But there was a couple places where I was like, this feels different, and I don't know if people operate on like a different, some people are more perceptive to things, or if maybe it's all bullshit, none of it's real. But I don't know. It's just kind of, I think our millions of years of evolution evolved people to have a different survival instinct. Like, if you're a very sheltered person and you haven't ever had to, get in a fight or be worried about, like, you live in a rough area and you gotta walk home every day from your bus stop through 3 blocks of, gangs, you probably have a higher survival instinct than somebody that goes to a private school that their parents pick up in a car and take you home to your nice home, and you go to the country club on the weekend, but it just evolves over,
You can edit this out, but like, I was on my run this morning and I was thinking, like, I've had people say, well, you shouldn't be running. You shouldn't be so physically active. Running doesn't do anything but hurt your bones and hurt your body. You shouldn't weight lift and do this and that. And while I'm running, this is going through my head. My mind never shuts off. So I always think about what everyone else is thinking about. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, no, we're scavengers.
We're meant to.
We're meant to do that. Like, our ancestors were cavemen.
Yeah.
You can't just sit around and not do anything and eat twigs and berries and then expect to go hunt down a bear without
here's the biggest
running
thing,
and doing stuff. You have to be physically active all the time, no matter what it is.
But back then, people didn't live to our age.
No.
So back then you were having kids at 13, 14, whatever, 12.
You're probably dead by 25.
Whatever, yeah. Back then whether they knew it or not, and I truly think, whether people will disagree with this, I think the purpose of life and what we are here to do, and your biggest instinct is to produce offspring. That's what most mammals. If you're a fucking lion, if you're a whatever, your job is to breed and produce strong offspring. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's your only purpose. So you're supposed to protect your offspring until you get too old and then you die. That's it. That's your main purpose in life.
That's so sad.
So whether they knew it or not, back in the caveman days, they were doing that. You were breeding earlier because the likelihood of your survival past 25, 30 was pretty low, and it's gradually increased as we've gotten more advanced. But that's and it's to each their own. But people, when they say I have no desire to have kids, I'm like, it's literally what you're here for, is to have kids. And of course, if everyone wanted kids and everyone had 5 kids, the world would be overpopulated. But back, the further back you go, even 100 years, if you had 5 kids, 2 of them may die. Back
then, yeah.
You go back to say 200 years. You go back to 1824. You could have 8 kids. You'd be lucky if 4 of them saw it to adulthood.
The Western years, yeah, because of scarlet fever,
just everything,
being
just
shot,
fucking rattlesnake gets them. They're dead.
Yeah.
There's no. You're not driving into town to get a rattlesnake anti-venom shot. They're fucking dead, So it's interesting how quickly we've evolved in the last 100 to 200 years to where stuff's just more accessible, and people live longer. What's really crazy is you think about where we're going to be 100 years from 2024.
Don't think about that, because I won't be alive.
Everyone will be dead. That's fine. Kids will be dead too.
Well, fuck you.
100 years from now, unless they're 127 or whatever it is, all right, I think that's a good note to wrap it up on. So, no, I don't have anything else. We're not going to do Patreon this week, but we still there's a few videos on Patreon.
That's a shitty way to end the fucking podcast.
Wrap it up. But we do have a few videos on Patreon. We're going to try to start doing a little bit more on there. But go subscribe. Check it out. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Later.
Yes.